Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and today in the arena, vampires. Do I have a blue tongue? Blame the Frostbite Mountain Dew. Why does the world suddenly have a shortage of Mountain Dew flavors? Is it only in northern Michigan that I used to be able to get all these different flavors of Mountain Dew, and now I go to like the big stores, the big box stores, they all only have regular Mountain Dew. So when I found just one little 12-pack of Frostbite hidden like in the back, like behind all the diet soda, right? Oh, it's a lifesaver. It's so good. So it's got a shark on it. It's so on brand for me. Oh my gosh. I'm treasuring every second. Anyway, Rakdos Vampires. Why are we revisiting vampires? That was a Crimson Vow thing. Isn't that over and done? Why would we play Vampire Tribal now? Well, this didn't start as a vampire deck. This started as a quest for the best possible Mukati Soul Ripper deck. And this is a new card. 1 and a black for a 4/3 artifact vehicle rare. Whenever the Soul Ripper attacks, you may sacrifice another artifact or creature. If you do, put a +1/+1 counter on Soul Ripper, and it gains menace until end of turn, crew 2. So, you're telling me, if I have an artifact to sack and something to crew it on turn 3, I'm attacking with a 5/4 menace vehicle that's immune to like board wipes and stuff, and the next turn I can attack for 6, and in theory, the next turn I can attack for 7, and that's just lethal. Like, that's 18 damage. Assume that you got in once with your 2/1 that you played on turn 1, and that's lethal. I mean, wow. So right away when I saw this in the Kamigawa spoilers, I was like, this might be the best vehicle in the set. Set comes out, we play with it. I keep playing with Soul Ripper, I keep losing. I keep playing with Soul Ripper, I keep losing. What's the problem? I'm sacrificing things like Eye Twitch, Shambling Gas. I'm sacrificing creatures, or I'm sacrificing treasures. The problem with creatures and treasures is you don't really want to sacrifice them. And then I end up setting myself back and not gaining much advantage from those plays. I'm also playing it with cards like Deadly Dispute around it. Those also want to sacrifice the same things. So I have too many things that are sacrificing my board, not staying aggressive. Enter the vampires. Vampires do not necessarily want to get sacrificed. You really do want them on the board. You want to make your board better with cards like Vampire Socialite, which is still a very good lord, a very good card. But what vampires have that the other tribes and cards that you could put, like the other decks that you could put Soul Ripper in, what vampires have in spades that they don't is blood. You can sacrifice blood tokens to the Soul Ripper, and let's be honest, most of the time the blood tokens don't get used or are unnecessary anyway. So if we generate blood tokens by playing Voldaren Epicure, by sacrificing a Voldaren Epicure to a Bloodcaster, or by just having things die, or by playing Blood Tithe Harvester, now we have something to sacrifice to our Soul Ripper that doesn't take away from our mana, that doesn't take away from our board position, that lets us stay aggressive, and we don't really miss it. So vampires became the place that I wanted to test the Soul Ripper. So far the results have been good. We're going to play a standard event and we're going to see how it goes. A lot of people like crap on the standard events, man. They want to see ranked. They really want to see ranked. I've been doing ranked for a long time. Since ranked came to MTG Arena, I've been hitting Mythic. And some would say that's a big reason that my channel got successful, because I was posting very often, whereas a lot of the people who were bigger than me weren't always trying to hit Mythic or posting Mythic gameplay. I was posting gameplay, getting into Mythic, and playing a number of different decks in Mythic. So it did help the channel grow. Without question, Mythic is an indicator that people latch onto as new players to the arena that tell them that player is legit. However, Mythic is not the best way to get rewarded playing Arena, and it's definitely not the most interesting meta, as you mostly play the same people and decks over and over again. So there's definitely content to be made playing standard events, because you could put in 500 gold, and if you get to 4 wins before you get 3 losses, then you get 500 gold back plus some cards, so you break even. If you get to 7 wins, you get 1,000 gold, so you double your gold. You only get 5 booster packs a month from making Mythic, but you can get 500 gold a day if you hit 7 wins every day. So I like the idea of playing my games into Mythic, trying to get towards like top 100 Mythic, and then once I'm there, there's really not a good reason to keep playing Mythic, to be honest. So at that point, it's probably best to play standard events and see if we can get 7 wins and pile up my gold for the next set. It just makes sense. So yeah, that's what we're going to do today. We're going to play a standard event. I think it's going to be sweet. We're going to play all these sweet vampires. I didn't introduce the other new card in the deck, Kami's Flare. We did use this in the modified deck, so you've probably seen it before, but it's a really great common. It's 1 in a red for an instant, 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker, then 2 damage to that permanent's controller if you control a modified creature. We have a good number of ways to modify. We've got the Soul Ripper, which when you sacrifice something to it becomes modified. We've got Socialite, which puts +1/+1 counters on our vampires, making them modified. And we have Innerstorm Predator. When it turns sideways, it modifies itself. So we should have plenty of ways to get an extra 2 damage out of this, making it a really sweet removal/burn spell to help us finish our opponents. And any kind of removal spell is just a little better when so many of your cards have menace or flying. So it's good stuff. All right, I've introduced the deck. Let's go suck some blood, bite some necks. Let's dive in. Let the nonsense begin. Here come the vampires. Gonna do some energy vampiring. Just gonna suck them dry by boring them to death. Oh wait, that's my usual strategy. That's like my control decks. What We Do in the Shadows is a fun vampire show, if you're looking for one. On Hulu, I'm just getting into it, so very new to the show. This requires black mana, which we don't have, but I guess I'll rely on the other vampires to get things cooking. Nothing gets modified, though, except for this Soul Ripper, so we're going to need that black source. Still. Wouldn't mulligan it. 2 lands and threats. 26 land in the deck should be okay. Lava Glide Pathway, the enemy. Is there a reason to play this on 1? No. If we draw a black source, we'll do it that way. All right. Let's start the party. Game a little laggy today? Is that just me? It's kind of weird. Is it? Great. I mean, maybe they're on Giants or something. All right. Very first round, it looks like we're going to get a Magma Opus Hinata type strategy, which is just great. Just got to beat them down, hope for the best. Not really anything else to do. The good news is if they play Hinata here, the Harvester kills it. And just sacrifice it to give it -4/-4. The Cliffs, huh? Gain lands. I did anticipate that they wouldn't know how their cards work. Our matchup just got a lot better. I'm so mean. I'm the worst. All right, attack. I think they just tried to foretell this, but it's not a foretell card. Let's get the Soul Ripper down to play around a potential board wipe here. They could definitely go for burn down the house. I mean, can anybody think of a reason to just throw this in the yard and copy nothing? All right, Windfall. Our opponent's like, I read online this is the best deck in Standard. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna throw my Galvanic Iteration into the graveyard for no reason. Giving me a chance. That's all they're doing. They're just trying to give me a chance, get my hopes up. All part of the experience. They'll probably interact with the Soul Ripper somehow, but we're definitely going to go for it. Let's try playing Florian. Jwari Disruption would be a bit of a tilt, but it is what it is. We don't want to play a land first because a land is the most likely thing we'll hit off this Florian. So Maya-Az attack. All right, cool. So do we sacrifice here? If we do, and they have nothing, we hit for 9 instead of 8. Which honestly isn't that big of a deal. I'm thinking of just sacrificing a blood token. The problem is, we don't have 2 blood on the battlefield to sacrifice a Blood Tithe Harvester to kill something like a Hinata or a Magma Opus token. And we have other things that we can do, like we can Kami's Flare and sack the Harvester, but I don't know if that's really what we want to do. This is tough. I actually think they're going to bounce something, but maybe they want to bounce the Florian. Let's just go for it. Let's just push. Let's push as hard as we can and try to finish this thing. Besides, they might have a 3 damage spell. It looks like they have Prismari Command. Oh, Valorous Stance. You know, I didn't think about playing around Valorous Stance. That would have been smart. If I had thought about it, I would have felt pretty smart if I'd played around it. All right. Well, now our sweeper protection's gone, so we'll see if that turns out to be a big mistake. Or maybe they had another way to kill it anyway. Big mistake. We did it. We have triumphed over the Jeskai throw my Galvanic Iteration in the graveyard for no reason menace. Red cards, red mana, no black mana. We'll have to draw it. I'm not going to get rid of like a turn 1, 2-1, turn 2 other stuff. We'll draw black, see? Easy. The mana does get you a little bit, though, playing vampires, which is surprising. It should have pretty good mana. Like, we can't do this, and we would love to right here. Alright, Snow-Covered Gruul. So we're thinking Frostbites and Blizzard Brawls. Reckless Stormseeker is a card we can kill. But would we modify first? Alright, good draw. We get a choice of plays. The Socialite, the Soul Ripper, or the Kami's Flare. If we wait another turn on the Kami Flare, we'll have a modified creature, so this will deal an extra 2 damage. But the opponent will get another turn with their Stormseeker, and if they have a Helana Elena, it could be really nasty. We could also hold it up to try to blow out a Blizzard Brawl, but our targets aren't very high value. We could also just play the Soul Ripper, and then we would have a modified creature next turn, and mana to stop a Blizzard Brawl. I actually think that might be best. I'm going to take a big hit, but then we swing the game pretty nastily, because we can Kami's Flare their Stormseeker. They take 2 damage. No. We have to, oh, shoot. We have to figure out how to damage them before modifying. This is going to be weird. All right. So now we have an Arlen to worry about. That shouldn't be too hard, though. Opponent wants to be really aggressive. Anything I want to do with blood? No. Blood is going to get sacrificed to the Soul Ripper. Okay, how do I damage my opponent to turn on the Socialite and then play it? If I cast this, I don't have a modified creature yet. So there's no way to do that, because I have to sacrifice this in combat. That sucks. I was really... Okay. What's this do? 1 damage to each opponent. 3 damage to target creature. I guess I don't care about this too much. Them having flash can be bad, but not if they can't block me anyway. We want to play this post-combat. So I guess we want to crew with the Pit Fighter. We could also just get down the Predator, which could be a huge problem for them. Nah. Let's do it like this. Your face, your Planeswalker. Sack this, modify. So that's getting in. Kill this. You take 2. Hit there. Go to 7. Another hit from this is almost lethal. Pump our vampires, and this has Menace. So, yeah, they're in trouble. They're in big trouble. Gruul player may have to learn how to block. I expect some kind of Blizzard Brawl here, though, at least. Helana Elena would be a ton of damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Not enough to kill me, though. Helana Elena plus Blizzard Brawl. 10, 11? That's so close. This card? Alright. Does that finish me? It would if it were nighttime, that's for sure. But I don't think I'm dead. Well, they think I'm dead. This is 1 damage to my socialite, not 2, and we can take 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. We go to 2. Show him the Predator. Why not? Hit him hard. We win the race. Going first is nice. 2-0, 2-0. It's a great hand. I just wish it went first. Oh no! The Charger. Alright, I was gonna play the Pit Fighter, but I need it to crew this, so I'm gonna play the Epicure here on the draw against an opposing 1-drop. Something we can trade here. Look at them go. All fired up. Huh. They're gonna hide their Charger, maybe? Nah. Mono Red must attack. Mono Red must attack, you coward. You're pathetic. You did not deserve your mono redness. There it is. They can hear me. Alright, we can play 2 creatures. Or we can play the Ripper. Think we want to get the Soul Ripper down. They might play a Storm Seeker, which would be a pretty awesome 1, 2, 3 curve. And then maybe the Ripper has to block. But still think we gotta get the Ripper onto the field. Chandra. Oh good, we can kill that, I think.
Go ahead, bite me as hard as you can. Some real stuff. Aw, you're looking a
Okay.
singed.
Okay, 2 cards left. We go with you. We crew. We attack. We gain menace. Kill it. Die.
Aw, party's over.
But we don't want to block very much now. Fortunately, we're still at 14. I really want a way to drain them. Like, I want Angie. I know there's only 1 in the deck, but Angie, this is your moment. Please come out and play. Give up so easily. You are not worthy of your mono red badge. Opponent goes first. Disgusting. Disgusting words to see. But again, like, we're a low curve deck. We've got plenty of 1-drops and we keep drawing them, and we got removal and we got a little card advantage. This hand could use a Soul Ripper, but I can't complain too much. Play your tapped land, go on. They have Portable Hole? I think they have Portable Hole. Nothing else really holds priority like that in the format. It's not like there's cycling in the that they could be playing. If they have Portable Hole, let's play an Epicure. At least it leaves a blood token behind. Pit Fighter can draw cards in the later stages and combines really well with the other Epicure that we drew. It also crews the Soul Ripper very well. You thinking about it? Go ahead. Shove it in the hole. See what happens. Do I have to kill this Prosperous Innkeeper? I think what we do is we hold this up for their life-gainy dork. They're gonna have a life-gainy dork. They're gonna have Tresara, Moon Dancer. They're gonna have Voice of All, whatever. Voice of Garbage. The life gain cards. You know what I mean. Voice of the Blessed. There you go. Tresara, Moon Dancer. Yes. This is a thing that must die. Let's save the Infernal Grasp. They might play something too big for a Kami's Flare. And we don't have a path to a modified creature anytime soon, so getting the extra damage is very unlikely. Oh, they're sad. Did we break your heart? Tell me they have no land. Yeah, there we go. That's what I like to see. All right, so we could play Florian this turn or just take 3 to play it. I don't like that very much. Whatever we do play probably gets shoved in a portable hole. So what would we prefer in the hole? The Bloodcaster? You know what, though? If they spend like a precious mana on a portable hole, they might not be very happy about that. Let's just deploy a bunch of creatures. I'm going to take 3, but I'm going to deploy 2 threats. And then next turn we can play Florian. Hopefully attack through and hit our next land, or keep drawing more gas. They're constrained on mana, so let's force them to use that treasure. Not great. Not great at all. To the bottom. So probably got a land, probably a non-land. And now do they give up that treasure? Oh, they drew a land. Oh, it's a gain land. Maybe they were holding that? No one knows what goes through the minds of life gain players. And here's the hole. So now I have to Infernal Grasp this. So annoying when they have 2 of them. They don't want to trade their life gainer. It's a key part of their deck. We can play this land, sack this Epicure, and discard this other Epicure to draw 2. I don't know about that. That's sus. Reducing our board presence in a situation like this, I don't like it. I just hope they don't have another one of these. Something that's going to put up a wall and keep us from attacking next turn. That's annoying, but not the end of the world. Okay, another gain land. Maybe they were slow rolling land. That or they've drawn 2 in a row. I mean, I can't explain life game players. Okay, it's not going great. Getting a little worried. But I'm willing to throw away one of these Epicures. If the opponent blocks with the Innkeeper, good. And then our blood tokens might have to find us more gas. Because it's getting ugly. Wow. Wow. They're holding on to their Aspirant. Oh man, Soul Ripper's so good. But so is Harvester. It can actually solve a lot of our problems. And so is Socialite. It pumps our squad. I think it's Socialite. I think Socialite's the best. It's basically a 2/2 that also gives us another 4/4 worth of stats. It's way better than one turn with the Luminarch Aspirant. Pacify the Florian, but the ability will still trigger. Man, life gain decks just... Oh my. Okay, but we can still use that ability. Life gain decks in these events, they never quit. They always overperform. So they'd have to double block this, which is fine, and take 4. They could block one of these, take 4. They didn't even block last time. Let's just attack and see what we get from Florian. We also might discard this to draw 2 with the Pit Fighter. We've got a Flare and another Socialite. We could get rid of this Luminarch Aspirant, but I mean, it's this, right? Like, this card is so good. Probably our best card. We could draw with the Epicure. We could also draw with this Florian, right? Is sacrifice a vampire? Or we could just sacrifice this to itself. Yeah, let's keep the Florian. We might hit another vampire to play in addition to this, like another 1-drop, and it would get a counter. Okay, we didn't do that, but this is still really good. Menace and Florian. What a team. It doesn't untap during your untap step. Whenever you gain life, untap it. Okay. 4/5? 4/5? That's so big. And the opponent continues to build up their Aspirant. We just got to keep throwing weapons at it. What else can we do? Den of the Bugbear. So the opponent has some blocks here that are good, but they might be afraid to make them. They showed us a lot of fear in the past. And we might hit a way to damage them as well. So what the opponent probably wants to do is double block a Socialite and single block an Epicure. Here it comes. There you go. There you go. Okay. Now if we hit a damage spell off the 3 cards we get to dig with Florian, we can probably kill one of these. So let's see what happens. Another Florian. There's a Flare. Okay, Flare's good. I think we take out the Aspirant and not the Roper. Roper's not as scary as the Growing Aspirant. Let's get the Soul Ripper on the field, but this is a removal spell, actually. We can only play 1 out here. They're at 6, though. This is so much damage. Okay, you're coming down. And let's play the Creature Land. Like, we can crew this with the Florian, sack a blood to it. It's already attacking for 5. Okay. Not good enough. I mean, you'll survive for a turn. Or will you? Still had all these. Got him. Florian MVP. And we go first. Nice. The stuff dreams are made of. A 2-1 for 1. No, don't play a blocker. God, what's up with all these low curve decks with their 1-drops? You're supposed to play your tap land. I'm supposed to get like 4 to 6 damage out of this. No! Alright. Alright. So they want to play rough. Well, no blocks is nice. Not the hole. Dude, what's with portable hole in this meta, man? It's garbage. Alright, please let this through. Oh ho ho ho! Oh ho ho! Alright, so we could play the Florian there, but I think it's 100% this. We lord up. I think it's 100% that. And then next turn we attack them and get a Florian trigger. Stop touching the portable hole. What do you... Who cares? Adeline. Oh, man. That's actually absurd. That is absurdly good for them. We could play the Soul Ripper. It can trade with the Adeline. And it can attack next turn and maybe get us a Florian trigger. If I attack with the Socialite, it can trade with one of the Initiates. That's not great. It's this. That is not great. I think I also blood away a Florian here. No, I really want to sack the blood to the Ripper. Alright. Now we'll see if the opponent attacks with this thing. And if they train their initiates. Actually, there's a lot of traps in this spot for the opponent. If they attack all in, they trade their Adeline with the Soul Ripper most likely. Their initiates might even trade with the Falconwrath Pit Fighters, which might be fine for us. That's a nice card to have. Let's see what they target. Yeah, I'd target the Soul Ripper, but they're thinking about it. Okay. Need to draw removal. It's getting ugly. We were on to such a good start, and then it fell apart really fast. Alright, so. Let's keep the Menace Dork. Let's kill the Adeline, because we can't beat it. And then, at least the Menace creature gets in, and we get a Florian trigger. Now I am gonna blood a Florian, because we need, like, some removal or something else. Bloodcaster, Epicure. Can hit land with this, hopefully red. Nope. Better than nothing. We need Florian to live. Florian must live. If they have another Skyclave or a Priest, we're just... Ugh. By Priest, I mean Brutal Cathar, because it reminds me of Banishing Priest. Okay, it's a lot of Aspiratry. And those are some big creatures coming in that I can't stop. Look at these Hopeful Initiates just dominating me. If I attack with this, they don't have great blocks, but we can definitely play this. So we at least have a trigger from Florian. And I think we play this so that if they kill it, we get another blood. This thing flipping might actually be on the menu. Can they kill this Florian? No. They might take it all, and then we're just trying to chump our way through all this. But Florian can do some things. They go down to 8. There's a Kami's Flare, there's another Vampire Socialite. There's 2 of these. There's an Angie that we can't play. So we already triggered this once. Come on. Come on. Is it really a question? This card is insane. It's our best hope. We're just gonna lord our team, although... Wow, I can't believe they scooped. Did we have them? You Battlefield. Okay, we're at 9. They can go... I mean, they can attack us for a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like, they can put a counter here, attack with 2 4/5s. And a 2/3. Like, that alone is a lethal threat, but I can block the 2/3, so it's not that bad. They don't want to engage with this. They don't want to engage with that. If they just have lands in their hand, yeah, they're just gonna... They're gonna take 4 in the air, and they're gonna take 6 in Menace. So, yeah. At it, make that 9 in Menace. We got them. If their hand's dead, we got them. Things happen. All right. On the draw, but we have removal. I guess I'll keep it, although vehicles on the draw are so much worse than on the play. This might turn into a Predator game. Okay, okay, cool. That's very nice. I don't think we've had to play any games so far without a 1-drop. That makes a big difference. Dawnbringer Cleric. Are we up against clerics? Are we up against some kind of a value pile? Let's get the Soul Ripper on the field so we can start ripping souls. You gonna kill my Epicure or something? Keep touching it. What's going on? Oh, you just have a wedding to announce. Of course, of course. How could I forget? All right. Caster. Crew. Attack. Let's sack the blood token. 5/4 coming at you with menace. You have to throw both creatures under it, or you take 5. Right? I wonder if I should have sacked the Epicure first, but I was trying to save it because I can sack the Epicure to Predator and the blood token I can't. If they somehow exile this and I don't get blood out of it, I might regret that. But with the Predator on backup, I'm sure it's fine. Ooh, they're going to draw a card. They're not going to get a token. I think we take this. What you doing there, buddy? The hook. Sure. Well, we've got blood. We don't have a way to protect our Predator, but they play exile effects and not destroy effects anyway, so it's probably fine. It looks like they're on black-white tokens. We could also make 2 1/1s and then play this. It's not like there's anything in the graveyard we want to get rid of either. Yeah. Seems fine. Maybe it'll get them to use a Rite of Oblivion on the Soul Ripper, and then... Oh, I guess if they have a Rite of Oblivion, then they just flash it back on the Predator, and that's not good. Yeah, screw that. Predator. The destroy thing doesn't matter. They're gonna exile stuff. Hit him hard. They go to 12. If they play Lolth, we have a smashing. Restoration? That's good for us. If they hold it back, it's not going to block. I'm just going to sacrifice to it. Okay, they do have 2 creatures. They do have 2 creatures, but we can kill one. Yes, we can. If they have a Vanishing Verse, though, it feels really bad. It does seem like they do. I'm trying to think if I want to get this exiled. I guess I do. Get it exiled with the Predator. Alright, please no Vanishing Verse for the Soul Ripper. That would be nice. Do we sacrifice? I think there's a good chance here that they're... Like, this goes for lethal? God, it goes for lethal. I still think they have a removal, because they haven't quit yet. Yeah, we have to try. Oh, I should have let it exile. Oh, now they gain a life. I hope it doesn't come down to that. That was a mistake. Bad play. Should not have given them a life there. Not a good reason to. Well, now it's on the Predator to finish the job. And we definitely hold on to Shatterskull Smashing because it can get rid of some Lolth spiders. One of the ways I found I lose with black-white tokens is drawing too many restorations of Iganjos. I found in those games I often lost. So, we're definitely got a chance here. We need to draw like 2 damage, so a Kami Flare would be lethal. An Epicure would be lethal if we hadn't given them 1 life and let the Ripper get exiled. Could also try to draw it by sacrificing the Pit Fighter, but that will give them a life. Another smashing. A 2-point smashing here doesn't really accomplish anything. Neither does using the Crucible of Defense. So we just swing with the Predator. Drop them to 2. Think I'm going to play one of these tapped. Because it's unlikely we're going to need both. But we might need the mana. And we might need the life. And we're going to hold up making 2 1/1s with the Crucible of Defense. Okay, they ramp a little. That's really not a good play unless they have another land in their hand. So that might mean their last card here is a land. Otherwise, you could have an untapped land, which you might need. Predator, did you do the job? Did you get there? Whew. Master Ja. Not Master Jiraiya. All right. Well, one of each color on the draw. On the draw. But look at the hand. Man, if this had been on the play, it would be straight busted. But as it is, we have 3 Socialites, and we're never going to damage our mono green opponent, most likely. Sculpture. I don't think they want to trade. I don't think they want to trade. All right. Start the Cascade. We're just going to try to race all of their awesomeness and hope they don't have a Chariot, because that's one of the few things that can cut us off from all our menace creatures doing their work. Nice. Double Sculptor. Are they going to brawl here? They might. They have enough snow permanents. Okay. Interesting. Not taking out our menace creature. So, we do like this. Hit him a little harder. Oh god, this might be the filthiest game yet. Oh my goodness. Why didn't you kill this? Why, Mono Green? Do you not play against vampires too often? Yeah, you got 5. Invoke the Ancients. Okay, that's very strong. Are these vigilant each? Yeah. Very, very strong. They can only block 1 of these, though. They're going to take a lot. We can also deal some damage to them like, if we want to, we can pump the squad by Kami's flaring 1 of these. And then they take 2, and they go to 12, and then we play the Socialite, and it pumps everything. And then we attack with 2 4/4 menaces. If they block with the 4/5, they lose it. If they block the 4/5 that didn't on the Epicure, they don't lose it, and they keep the other 4/5. All right. I think I know. I think we want to do it mid-combat. Or post-combat, I should say. Send the squad. We just have to finish them. We got to get through. Invoke the Ancients, probably the best thing they could have there. That's it? Okay. All right, that's a lot of menace, baby. That's 12 in menace. That's 3 menace creatures, 12 power, and they're at 6. How do you get out? Do you have Inscription? Inscription would be a good start, because you need the life. But they have to keep using these Sculptors for mana, so they can't block with them. If they have Inscription, they wanted to wait till combat so they could block with the Sculptors. Maybe they're thinking about that now, and they can't take it back, because activating the Sculptor is not a mana ability. Toski. They have a Vigilant 4/5, and we're not blocking it. But right now, they're still taking 8. Go. We ride. Max damage, baby. Come on, show me the 7-0. Show me the 7-0. Dude, we're thinking over here. Triple Vampire Socialite down the stretch. What a card. Easily one of the most forgotten cards in Standard right now. There's no way, right? There's no card for 1 mana that saves this. Fog is not in the format anymore. There's no way. They're gonna lay it out. That's not how Menace works. Menace very strong. Can you imagine if they had Blizzard Brawled the first Socialite a long time ago? Left us with a Falcon Wrath, whatever it was, Pit Fighter. Game would have been a lot closer. But as it is, let's roll right into the post-game wrap. Why the heck not? This deck! Is it supposed to be a 7-0 deck? Is it actually format good? If I played it in Mythic, what would happen? I am confident, if this is your jam, that you could play this on ladder and probably get to Mythic. I think it's an above 50% deck. It's not my kind of deck. It is a bit like straight up aggressive, but here's the thing I like the most about it. I think I found the best home for the Soul Ripper. That was the idea. Can we build a deck that maximizes the Soul Ripper? And I looked at a lot of things with Shambling Ghast and Eye Twitch for a very long time, Blood on the Snow type decks, but this is a very aggressive card. And I wanted an aggressive shell around it and a bunch of things that would crew it and kind of key off it. And also, by far, the best thing to sacrifice to it are blood tokens. When you sacrifice creatures to it, you're being aggressive, but you're killing your own board, which hurts your ability to stay aggressive. So, for me, having a deck full of blood tokens to sacrifice, it just takes the card to a whole different level, and it takes a fringe deck like Vampires and just gives it this amazing 2-drop that can push an insane amount of damage. So I think this is the Soul Ripper home, and then other than that, you can lean on your tribal elements like the Socialite to get the job done in other places. I didn't regret running the modal lands. There were definitely plenty of turns there where we needed a land drop to make our best possible play, and we had the modal lands available. Now, if you think I run too many lands and you don't like running these as spells, or you don't want to use the mythics on them and you want to cut it down to 24 or even 22 lands, we're a very low curve deck, you can probably get away with it most of the time. But you know me, I do not want to lose the game because I missed my 3rd or 4th land drop ever. So yeah, I'm going to play 22 lands, 4 DFCs, modal lands, and roll from there. And this is a very good Agadeem's Awakening deck because as a curve of creatures, we never had to do it, but at least you can envision those moments where you would get 4 creatures back and create an awesome battlefield out of nowhere. Shatterskull Smashing, maybe. Although this card definitely has it has a role as long as we're trying to get flying and menace creatures through a Lulth, because you can just 4 mana, take out 2 spiders, and hopefully end the game. So that's where the deck sits. I think it's actually pretty well positioned in the meta, and I think you should try it if this looked any fun to you. And I think Soul Ripper is a good card, and this is the best home for it. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I'll see you in the next video. You're cool.